Hello everyone, I'm Dolly Garg and I'm here to present a presentation on the case study which is based on the Nakamura Lacquer Company. Here is my flow of presentation which includes first is introduction, second relevance to management, third is SWOT analysis, fourth assessment view and the last one is conclusion. In this case study, we will discuss a case of Nakamura Lacquer Company. This company is a small handicraft shop which make lacquer for the Japanese people, which is established in Kyoto, Japan by Mr. Nakamura. He named his brand after the national flower of Japan named chrysanthemum. It is the best-selling brand in Japan. Mr. Nakamura saw an opportunity to expand his business in the market of America. After a period of time, he realized that traditional handicraft is not that much of use. So, in 1952, he employed 1,000 men and increased his production capacity and earned a profit of $250,000. He restricted overseas business, but in early 1960, the Americans started showing interest in Japanese product. The relatability of this case with management includes the following points. First one is the brand identity. Nakamura stabilized his brand name effectively in Japan, but he wants to compete with USA by using the same brand name. The second one is profit maximization. The most important criteria for any long-term business to run is to earn maximum profit. The third one is risk criteria. Mr. Nakamura faces the risk factor while competing in US market as the demand is less as compared with Japan. Fourth one is flexibility. Mr. Nakamura had the flexibility in choosing an option and has the bargaining power at the time of renewal of contract. Here is the SWOT analysis of Nakamura Lacquer Company. Represent strength, which includes Nakamura Lacquer Company is the best dealing brand in dinnerware in Japan. Weakness, which includes Mr. Nakamura only deals in Japan but not in the other countries. Opportunity includes that he expand his business in overseas companies as he received two offers from US companies. Threat includes of losing of trademark and to serve only one company if we accept the offer. In this case, Mr. Nakamura received two offers from US companies. First offer was received from Rose and Crown Company and second offer from Siemelbach offer. Mr. Nakamura had three options. In the first option, if he reject both the offers, then he would not be able to meet the profit maximization and growth objective of the company. Hence, he reject that option. In the second option, Mr. Nakamura received an offer from Mr. Philrose Company named National China Company, which is the largest manufacturer of dinnerware with brand name Rose Crown in US. This company ordered 3-year purchase of about 4 lakh sets at 5% more rate than the current rate from the Nakamura Lacquer Company. But all the merchandise sold with Rose and Crown trademark. This means that Mr. Nakamura is not be able to sell any good to the US client in this 3-year period. Advantages for accepting the Rose and Crown offer are that Mr. Nakamura had 100% surety of orders for next 3 years and had higher margin of profit due to higher demand. Now the disadvantages for accepting the Rose and Crown offer are if the contract is not renewed, then Mr. Nakamura had no demand in the market. He would only have large production capacity of goods. He is not be able to create its brand value after supplying large number of goods. This would result in that all the work done by him in 3 years would become zero and his brand name get diluted by Rose and Crown. In the third option, Mr. Nakamura received an offer from Mr. Walter Siemelbach named Siemelbach and Whittaker, which is the largest supplier of hotel and restaurant and buyer of dinnerware. This company predicted about 6 lakh set of lacquerware in a year and millions in 5 years. He is willing to pay budget of 15 lakh for introduction and promotion of product in next 2 years. He wants authority of Christimum brand for 5 years and the first 20% of sales used to pay the money for promotion and introduction of the product. Advantages of accepting the Semmelback offer are as due to the promotion and introduction of the product would help in Mr. Nakamura to increase the brand value and there is no dilution of the brand name. This helps Mr. Nakamura to expand his business in the US market and around 6 lakh set of sales is already predicted and work done according to the government policies. Disadvantages of accepting the Siemelbeck offer are that Mr. Nakamura have higher risk of return than the Rose and Crown offers. It is a long-term contract around 5 years and Mr. Nakamura has to share his profit margin with the Siemelbeck company. On the basis of this case study, my conclusion is that Mr. Nakamura should go for the second option, that is Rose and Crown offer, because by accepting the Rose and Crown offer, he would be able to earn maximum profit that cannot be possible in case of Siemelbeck offer. He would be able to reduce the risk as he was not having any brand value at the completion of the contract, but would be able to terminate the contract if he want to do so and if he felt any competency or to get another investor. But if he accept the Siemelbeck offer, he would not be able to expand the business and meeting the demand as all the margins are eaten by the US candidates and get market value after the 5 years. And during this scenario, there was nuclear bomb blast, which is not good for the Nakamura Lacquer company to trade with Americans. That's all for the case study. Thank you for listening.